Hurdy-gurdy-gurdy. Bun.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kamala Harris claims that the party took black women for granted during the 2024 election and that she was fighting 3D chess. If she's fighting 3D chess, then what does like normal chess look like? Exactly. Because Kamala Harris wasn't even playing checkers. Like she wasn't even playing checkers for like Make-A-Wish, like short bus checkers, right? Where you're just like kind of chewing on the pieces. She wasn't even playing that in the election. Kamala Harris, in an absolute nightmare interview, another one, appeared on a podcast, Storehouse and Friends. What the hell are these podcasts? Like what are these things? I've never heard of anything. Who's backstopping these podcasts? What the hell are they? Like, can I get a witness? Can I get an amen on this? What the hell are what are all these podcasts? What is this? Do I live in a bubble? I don't think so. What are these podcasts? Storehouse and Friends? There's like a new lib-coded, femme-coded podcast with a fake brick wall. Yeah, I know we got a fake brick wall too. We're gonna do a full redo of the studio. We're excited about that. But like they all look the exact same. They all sound the exact same. What are these things? I don't know. They're it's like Alien, you know. It's like Gremlins. Like they're where they all come from. They're spawning insufferable podcasts for Kamala Harris to sit there and gripe and bitch and moan. Here we go.
I think the Democratic Party has taken black women for granted. There are very specific issues that impact black women in America that should be some of the highest priorities. I made them priorities when I was vice president, such as black maternal mortality. You know, among the stakes that I knew was president in the election included whether or not we were going to pay attention to, let's say, specific health needs around like issues like postpartum care, maternity, right, support, and then you look at what's happening now with this guy in office, and they're cutting funding for scientific research if it has the word woman or black in it. Right? So, for example, important research that still needs to be done around fibroids. Right? All of that. So, to your point, I am never going to shy away from who I am, and I'm never going to feel burdened that because of who I am in terms of my race and my gender, that I should pretend to not be.
Yeah. I said, wait a minute. She went to Howard. She's an AKA. What do y'all mean?
The Longhouse sucks, bro. The Longhouse sucks. I'm tired of the Longhouse. I am so sick of these insufferable women. I am so sick of this femme-coded society where you can give everyone everything. The Democrat Party took black women for granted. What are you talking about? The Democrat Party got down on their knees, took their tongue, licked the bottom of black women's boots, did everything they possibly could, literally committed acts of obscene racism against every other race. Whites, of course, yes, but also Latinos and Asian women and whatever, in order to venerate and to uplift black women by, and this is not a comprehensive list at all, announcing that the next Supreme Court pick would be a black woman. Not a qualified woman, not a qualified person, not an astute scholar of the Constitution, but literally saying that your race and sex would be how you get on the Supreme Court. This never happened in the history of America. It should never happen again. It was utterly grotesque. That's the same reason why Kamala Harris was installed as the candidate without a single vote. Look, a black woman. It is an obscenity to the American experiment. It is an obscenity to our founding documents. To say something like that is regressive, not progressive. And now you've seen the results. With low IQ, Ketanji Brown Jackson, who doesn't actually know what a woman is. Can you get the clip? I played it yesterday. Can you get the clip? I had it yesterday in one of our OCs. It still boggles the mind. This clip. Ketanji Brown Jackson. What's a woman exactly? Kamala Harris is saying that they took black women for granted. What if Donald Trump ran on putting a white man on the Supreme Court? And, yeah, I mean, truly, it would be an obscenity if it was truly any other demographic. But the Democrat Party has become such a water carrier they specifically decided to become a party of black women, to serve only black women. That's why Kamala Harris was selected, by the way, as vice president. You can go back into the annals of history and find Joe Biden straight up saying, I'm going to choose a black woman as vice president. I'm going to choose a black woman for a Supreme Court justice. Could you imagine if Joe Biden said, I'm going to choose an Asian woman or a Mexican woman, or God forbid, a white woman or man for any of these positions? Of course, the people would lose it, and by the people, I'm talking about black women would lose it. Like they'd be the first, the Sydney Sweeney great genes ad contingency, losing their minds, screaming through bites of their Wendy's Baconators, pulling down their double masking in their Toyota Corollas in the parking lot of Planned Parenthood. That demographic would lose their ever-loving mind if any politician ever dared do anything like Joe Biden did to any other demographic. What I mean by that is to select specifically a black woman. So here's what happens when you do that, by the way. This is the end result of deciding that you are going to engage in like neo-eugenics by saying it is your skin color and sex alone that will define whether you are worthy of a high position in society. Here we go.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word.
I'm not a biologist. Marsha Blackburn has been on this program, I think. Is that correct, Alex? She's a senator from Tennessee. She's running for governor now. She's definitely going to become the next Tennessee governor. I got nothing against Marsha Blackburn. But a slight critique there from somebody who talks for a living. Your answer, like the follow-up to that is obviously has to be, well, you were nominated because you are a black woman. So what is a woman? Are you a woman? Did Joe Biden lie to us? Are you Mike? Are you Mike? Mike. The follow-up there, this is how you get them. Stop talking, start thinking when it comes to debating. The follow-up there, Senator, respectfully, when she says, I'm not a biologist, I don't know what a woman is. is you are nominated because you are a black woman. That's what the president said, Joe Biden. So are you a woman? And then shut up and let that sweet silence play out. You understand how this works? Let that sweet silence just extend out before you. And let Ketanji Brown Jackson like sit there and like sweat, take a gulp of water, and then ask for a break. That's what she would have done. And it would have been the most viral moment in congressional testimony history. Can't you wait until I'm a senator? Can't you wait? You know, the way things are going, like that, the way things are going, I'm probably going to have to run for office at some point. I don't know. I don't think I ever should. But like, who cares? They've already tried to cancel me on literally everything. There's nothing that you don't know about me. I live a very public life. I've already been canceled like 50 times. So like, at some point, it's like, why not? I used to think like, oh, I shared a spicy meme, so I could never run for office. Well, you know, like, please, Donald Trump is sharing memes of using a F-22 Raptor to explode out of the end of the fighter jet human excrement onto Harry Sisson's face. So I think I'll be good, actually, if that ever happens, if that time ever comes. Is it time? Not now. But will it be time? Well, I don't know. But if I'm a senator, I can tell you it would have gone very differently, that line of questioning. It's very obvious what you do in that situation. But she let her get away with it. Let her get away with it. You hate to see it. Kamala Cringe. Here we go. Nuclear Cringe. We haven't done one of these in a long time. We need a new Cringe. I mean, because Cringe Jean Pierre ain't around anymore. So it's like we are less likely to do a cringe, but we have to dust it off. Blow the dust off the old nuclear cringe and hit play.
I was aware of my opponent's strategy, and I wasn't about to fall prey or fall into those traps. And part of his strategy and those around him was to try and take me off our game and message. And I wasn't about to be distracted by those flames that he was trying to throw to get me away from my highest priority, which was talking to people about the economy and their well-being in terms of their financial well-being. And I understood the game that was being played, and I made a decision that I wasn't going to get played. And
chess, not checkers. Got it.
Chess, not checkers.
yeah, three-dimensional chess, I'm telling you, you know?
Oh no. How'd that work out for you? Bold strategy, Cotton. I happen to have a map in my office that shows that Kamala Harris lost the popular vote, all 7 swing states, and 90% of American counties. But don't worry, she wasn't the one getting played. Also, pretty critical here. If you're talking to a group of people, whether it's 3 people or 300 or 3,000, and you're the only one laughing at the things you're saying, you're doing it wrong. You're a sociopath. There's something broken about you in your soul. Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Stop. Stop. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. Stop laughing. This is a real problem for Kamala Harris, and it really shows something very dark and weird. Think about it like the Joker, right? How the Joker, like, he'll kill someone and then he'll, like, laugh maniacally and hysterically. Or he'll harm someone or their family or commit some horrible act of violence or crime, and then he'll, like, laugh about it. Like, that's the vibe. That's the vibes that Kamala gives off. Okay, great. I know that not everything's going perfectly in this country, and I have my own criticisms, and we've leveled them, actually, frankly, on this show. But at the very least, we don't have that. President Trump saved us from that.